Hey, guess what?
What?
The LIFEBOOK 2020 Summit, it started.
No way!
What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to join the summit. I want to see the artist interviews and, do some of the activities and get my freebies.
No, I'm going to do that. You've got work to be doing. You've got some videos to film.
Can't I just...
No, just get on with it. Go on,
shoo. Oh man, you're the worst boss ever.
Hey creatives, so I've mentioned already that I'm teaching on LIFEBOOK 2020, right? And I'm really super excited about being part of this year-long art class. It's going to be so full of inspiration, and it's a real joy to be one of the 30 teachers that's going to be bringing you all of these different styles and different things to learn, different things to do. So yeah, I am really looking forward to it. And to get us all warmed up, ready for it and ready for lots of art next year, there's the LIFEBOOK 2020 Creativity and Wellbeing Summit, which is actually running right now as we speak. So it started on Monday and it's going on for 2 weeks, so it ends around about the end of September, and it's totally free. So it's really worth checking it out, and I'll leave a link below so that you can join if you haven't already. So every day there's going to be around 2 artists who are being interviewed, so you get to see the interview video, and then there's also, I think each of them have got a creative activity or a well-being activity to get involved in, or both. And then of course there's loads of freebies with it as well. There's lots of things to download. But stick around to the end of this video because I've got some news on how you can win a spot on LIFEBOOK 2020 itself, which starts in January next year. But I thought I'd do one of my daily doodle diary pages for you today because, well, you'll see why when my summit interview and activity go live. So for those of you who don't know, I keep a regular doodle practice where anything really goes, as long as the paper that I'm using can cope with it, and I keep them all in this book. And today I thought I would kick this page off with some colour pencil. And now I've actually pre-picked the colours today. I wouldn't normally do this. I try not to decide what I'm going to do before I open the book, because that isn't the point of doing this, but because I wanted to film this and I wanted to have, at least one less thing to have to think about whilst I was filming, I just chose my 3 colours and got started. And I knew that these colours were going to work okay together. Now the rest of this page is pretty organic and I have no plans on how the piece will look, how it's going to turn out. So what you're seeing is the type of random, trying not to overthink, sort of mark making that I do in this book. But you will hear a lot more about it in my summit activity, and also how to start a regular practice like this of your own, and why you'd want to as well. So my summit interview and activity is actually scheduled for later in the 2nd week, so it's not this week, it's next week. So I hope you'll stick around in the summit to see it. Although I have to admit, I'm a little bit nervous about how the interview has turned out, if I'm honest. Spoiler alert, it is actually pre-recorded. I hope I've not given any big secrets away there. But I haven't actually seen the results of it yet, so I don't know. I was using my phone, so I was doing it on my phone. I don't have a webcam, and that's like the easiest way that I can chat to people. Face-to-face chat is on my phone. And when you're doing face-to-face chat with someone on your phone and it's probably the same with a webcam, I don't know, but you're trying to keep eye contact with the camera itself. Because otherwise, you look a bit odd when people watch the film back. Yeah, so if you're ever doing to camera work, that is a really useful trick to do. Always look in the lens. But of course, I want to look at the other person as well. I wanted to look at Tam and, see what she was doing, have a conversation with an actual person and not just a camera lens. Because, that's what people do, isn't it? That's what we like to do. It's nice to be able to see the person you're actually talking to. However, what happens in the end is you end up having a crazy eye look to you, or you're kind of dotting back and forth between the camera and the screen. I don't know. I might not actually watch the interview myself. I'll watch all the others. I'm really looking forward to seeing all the other artists. But when it comes to looking at my own, for someone who records herself a lot and is not shy of doing so, I actually don't really like watching my stuff back. And when you're editing, you have to watch a lot of your stuff back. When I first started doing presenting on Create and Craft on TV, like many moons ago, and I only did a couple of shows. But anyway, my amazing partner recorded those shows, but I could never bring myself to watch them. So you can watch my interview and tell me if I was rubbish or not. Actually, if I was rubbish, don't tell me. No, do tell me. No, don't tell me.
Will you stop angsting and just get on and finish that piece? Worst boss ever.
So on this piece I ended up using quite a few different pens. I've used a Fineline pen in a yellow colour on top of that crayon. I also used a Fineline orange on it as well. And then I've got like 3 different types of brush pen, would you believe it, on this piece. My Pentel pen, which is a really lovely brush pen, and it's one of my favourites. I've also got a Unipin brush pen, which is also another one of my favourite. And then a new pen that I'm just playing with at the moment, which is actually a fountain pen with a nib, you know, the usual kind of fountain pen nib, but the very tip of it is angled. So that makes it more of a brush pen, so you can do thick and thin lines with it. So I'm going to probably tell you more about that as I get a bit more practiced with it. Anyway, I do have a couple of different pieces coming up for you in the next couple of weeks, so I thought I'd give you a little bit of a heads up on those as well. And I can't wait to share them with you. One of them is actually going to be a paint with me, so a bit like my layer with me. Well, it is basically a layer with me, isn't it? But it's going to be using all acrylic paint. And it's actually going to end up as an abstract summer meadow that you can do as well. So that's going to be coming up in a couple of weeks' time here on YouTube, so get your paints ready. But if you can't wait for that new step-by-step project, I do have some others for you already on my channel that I will link up. But you really want to know how to win a free place on the LIFEBOOK 2020, don't you? Well, keep an eye on my Instagram account, because that's where I'm going to be running a giveaway. And in the meantime, go and have a look at the artist interviews. Go and join in a summit. Link is below. And just have a really fun, creative couple of weeks trying out all the activities. I hope to see you over there. Have lots of creative fun. Bye!